Quote, religion, unquote. Based on Oxford language, it is a particular system of faith and worship, a pursuit of interest followed with great devotion.
Did you know there are 10 main religions in Singapore?
And others. We are said to be a
multiracial, multi-religious, multi-ethnic country.
But
Anyway,
what is religion to humans?
A personal connection, a sense of hope, a source of security during tough times, a platform to connect, a part of me, a moral compass, a framework, a deciding factor for important decisions.
It influences people, guiding the moral do's and don'ts in life.
It shapes my philosophy.
It's not just the idea of God that purposely places obstacles or opportunities in front of me.
It's so much more.
Very beautiful.
It limits me.
Borders me from exploring, leaving me longing unanswered questions, questions of contradictions and ironies, clashes, blurry notions, overshadowing me, this compelled sense to conceal myself.
A dilemma.
Parents teach religion
Or what they know of it.
to their children.
They grow up, they have questions, they can't answer their questions. Did I mention it is also used as a scare tactic? Maybe we realize that some of us engage in blind faith, following out of respect, having to conform to religious standards and pressures, sacrificing personal expression, stipulations which just can't personally agree with.
Since 2020, there have been various interfaith collaborations. In 2013, Singapore's IRO launched lecture series relating to interfaith.
But then, why or how can we?
Let's hear this interfaith concept.
It's a polarizing world. Luckily, many religions have one thing they preach in common: peace.
Having gatherings where people talk about their faiths, where everybody respectfully listens, we understand and express.
An idea with boundaries and significant challenges.
This is because religious beliefs and practice are sacred and personal. It shapes people's identity, and so we can't challenge it.
It will be very hard to find a common ground for reasons like disparity in core values and practices, or maybe interfaith will not align with some religious teachings. If we remember our history, there were cases where religion was used to impede harmonious resolutions.
But it's not all that bad. In our lives, we have seen interfaith collaborations. Let's say here, this workplace. People with different religions beside you. We coexist, we collaborate.
Is this because we keep religion private? Is it because we focus on our common non-religious goal? Or maybe because it's a secular place?
Interfaith collaborations have this transformative potential. We just need to break stereotypes, build empathy and tolerance, focus on shared values like compassion, to coexist and collaborate.
Saying is easy and freeing. Could you go to another's religion worship site and consume your daily activities and services like tuition, acupuncture, etc.?
Most said yes.
A chance to learn. Basic necessities and rights should always be prioritized. The religion that the place holds has nothing to do with activities or services dedicated to the general public.
Maybe not those social services. Not because of religion, but more so they tend to speak in a language that the religion uses more of, which makes it difficult for people like me who don't speak those languages. And it's a situation that I just want to avoid.
As for our no's,
No compelling reason in using religious places for services, which I can find elsewhere.
I believe that worship places are sites which carry sacred significance to their followers.
Being in a religious place that I don't align with would make me feel like I'm not being true to myself.
Concerned about being under scrutiny or judged by regular members of worship.
Places of worship may not be welcoming or inclusive to all as they represent a specific religious ideology.
any other remarks, I ask? Not often discussed upon because it's considered taboo. Nine Letters claims to be a neutral state. If there's one thing all religious groups can agree upon, it's the discrimination of non-conventional folks. Weaponization of religion. People justify hateful and hurtful actions with their religion. I think it's one of the rarest times I've seen Jainism being listed as a Singapore-based religion. Felt very nice to see it listed. Thank you. Mainly, it's always ABCD, others. Everyone holds religion in their hearts to a different standard, and that's what makes it so interesting. Religion can sometimes misrepresent the universe and humanity. But there are times where I'm jealous of people with devoted faith. They are able to find meaning and comfort in their tough times. Just how important is it to have a religion? I prefer the word devotion or faith. We don't always need to subscribe to a particular religion. One can have faith in themselves or live life on their own terms. Why do we always need a rule book? Humanity is more than enough sometimes. I guess this is it. The confusion, the struggle, the journey, the experiences people had with religion. An idea for all, motto for some, struggle for some. The blessing, hopes, teachings, the values. The judgments, fear, misunderstandings, the rules. RELGON.
And what do I think?